Good day, everyone. Welcome to Virtual Concert Hall's music channel. I'm Anna Ospinskaya, and I'll be hosting today's program for you. We are dedicated to bringing live performances, concerts, festivals, competitions, and various events, presentations, educational programs, music films to the audiences around the globe. Hello again, I'm Anna Ospinskaya. I'm hosting today's program, and today we're going to explore a fantastic venue in Rahway, New Jersey, just outside Manhattan, outlooking the Manhattan skyline, and it's a great performing arts center called Union County Performing Arts Center. I personally was there just a couple of months ago, and they were hosting the recording sessions by the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by Maestro David Wroe. Those recording sessions were held at the Fuzzy Room. We'll get into all of these in just a little bit. These were recordings done in preparation for the upcoming album release by the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by Maestro Wroe, on Cicerone Music and Arts record label. So I'm really happy about this program. And first of all, I want to thank everyone involved, Cicerone Music and Arts, and all our supporters and everyone, and especially the wonderful, welcoming, warm staff of Union County Performing Arts Center. Many thanks to its business administrator, Karen Napier. We met, and she was the most welcoming and most accommodating host for the orchestra and for the soloists who came for the recording sessions. And many thanks to Dave Fowler, who was a production director at the center and also was extremely helpful, and many other staff members of the center and others, volunteers, who made our presence there very comfortable, and we felt just at home. Thank you all very much. We're looking forward to working with you again in the near future. And now I want to just briefly tell you all about the center, about its history and what it does, its mission. It's a pretty incredible venue, and I hope many more music organizations will join us and collaborate with that venue and people who run it. The center was opened in 1928 with a gala to benefit film and stage show. That was the city's social event of the year. So it's almost just 2 years shy of 100th anniversary. The opening performer was Chet Kingsbury, the house organist. The name was changed over the course of the years, and the theater originally was built as both for vaudeville performances and for movie screenings. Then in the 30s and 40s, the noted architect David Oldtrach it was built by Rahway merchant Barney Engelman, and the theater was constructed in the style of a movie palace, and it sure is. It has the very unique flavor of the air, and it's also very modernized by now. In 50s and 70s, there were some renovations done, and then it was restored in 1984 through 1996. There was a massive restoration done on the site, and the center became what it is now. They keep upgrading and improving the venue. It has a lot of stages for various events. So you see right now on the screen, this is the main stage, main theater, which hosts larger events, and it has a very large capacity for various performance attributes, lighting, and you can use stage props and all kinds of things. And this on the screen right now is a Fuzzy Room, and it's incredible acoustics, beautifully lit. And as a pianist, I especially appreciate that the venue has Fazioli piano. Now, the Fazioli pianos are rare instruments, some of the very top quality instruments from Italy. There's not one in every county, I must say that. It's a specially crafted instrument with a beautiful rich tone and a lot of colors, wonderful potential for pianists to work on. With all of that, I want to also introduce the Orchestra Manhattan, and we have a short clip just showcasing the orchestra. So yes, this is the fabulous Orchestra Manhattan, showcased on the stage of the Violin Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall, conducted by our dear music director of the orchestra, Maestro David Wroe. These were short episodes from the concert which took place this just finished season 2025-26. Orchestra Manhattan is a resident orchestra for the Sound Espressivo laureate gala concert seasons at the Carnegie Hall, and we are very, very pleased and proud to be working with this wonderful ensemble and its founder, the music director David Wroe. Just a few words about David. He is also the music director of the New Jersey Festival Orchestra and principal conductor of Phoenicia International Festival of the Voice in New York, and a frequent conductor of the Orchestra Normandie in France. He conducted, okay, here I have to stop and read. This list is enormous. He has conducted Boston Symphony Orchestra, St. Louis Symphony Orchestra, Royal Scottish National Orchestra, Orchestra Opera de Toulon, New Jersey Symphony Ensemble de Paris, Symphony Nova Scotia, Kansas Symphony, Santa Fe Symphony. I'm going to have to stop right there. What's important here is he is the conductor for the Orchestra Manhattan and the recording session which happened at the Union County Performing Arts Center. Without any further ado, I want to start introducing the musicians, the soloists, and the composers whose music was recorded at that session. First of all, we had a wonderful violinist, Emmy Fetherolf. She's a professional violinist, performed solo with world-renowned orchestras, including Cleveland Orchestra, North Carolina Symphony, Apollo Fire, and many others. And Emmy is a really formidable violinist, and we are looking forward to the release of the recording on the Cicciaroni Music and Arts. And here's Emmy's recording session. So that was the preview of the album, which is coming up very soon on New Music and Arts record label, Chima. We are expecting the release in the next few months, which is very soon for the release of such a massive album as something you recorded with the symphony orchestra. So we are working with many orchestras. Of course, the Orchestra Manhattan is our absolute favorite, and every one of the other orchestras are our absolute favorite orchestras. As a broadcasting channel for music and news from around the globe, we broadcast concerts, sessions, rehearsals, recording sessions, festivals, and other events involving many orchestras around the globe with many conductors, and we are really blessed with collaborations which we have with many of those prominent orchestras and their music directors. So just a quick introduction of the orchestras and the conductors who we have ongoing relationships with. So the next soloist who participated in the recording session with the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by Maestro David Wroe at the Union County Performing Arts Center, is a young pianist, Kate Lee, who is only 12 years old right now, and already has tremendous list of accomplishments under her belt. She's a winner of numerous competitions and performed on many stages, including internationally. She performed with the Cairo Opera Orchestra. She performed with the Butler Philharmonic, with the Paducah Philharmonic, with the Orchestra Manhattan at Carnegie Hall, and she gave solo performances in many different places. She is a fantastic young musician and a Spotify star. The latest release of her recording of Beethoven Concerto No. 3 with the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by David Wroe, received over 50,000 downloads on Spotify, which is an incredible number for the classical music album as it is, but especially for a young musician who is just starting to build her audience, her support, her following. She is definitely attracting an incredible attention. So we're really proud to have Kate Lee join the recording session with the Orchestra Manhattan at the Union County Performing Arts Center. That's a preview. You're all getting a peek into backstage, into the back scenes of how the recording sessions are going. And no, we don't usually record the whole piece from the beginning to the end. Artists section the pieces, especially the long ones, into segments and record the segments, and then those are passed on to a team of audio engineers and editors at the Cicerone Music and Arts, the record label Cima in Italy, and those masters work with the recorded material and compile it into the final album, which is released then on the platforms Spotify, Amazon, Apple, Deezer, and all of the ones, whichever one you prefer or have a subscription for, those albums will be available there. So the stopping in the middle of the piece is what's expected, and then going back and polishing and re-recording various sections. If anyone thought that when you're listening to CD in the past or LP, or currently download the recording from Spotify, if you think this is all improvised on the spot, that's a wonderful image, but it is a fairy tale for the professional artists to produce polished and beautiful recordings. It's a grueling recording session work. So what you saw is an episode when this is recorded, then of course the conductor and the soloist stop, and they will go back and re-record some sections in there. So we moving on to the presentation of various conductors and orchestras with who we work in many projects. And so next on our program at that recording session in a couple of months ago at the Union County Performing Arts Center is a composition by a young contemporary living composer, Mason Ishida. Mason is based in Virginia, and he is a graduate of the New England Conservatory. He's an accomplished pianist and the composer. His pieces were performed by artists, including at the Carnegie Hall. Pianist Joanna Choi just recently premiered Mason Ishida's piano composition, Frustrations, Dance of Frustration, at the Carnegie Hall, and his piece, which you will get a peek preview of the recording session, was also performed at the Carnegie Hall and this past season. So Mason, like I said, premiered the Exaggeration for chamber orchestra. That's the piece you will have an opportunity to hear in this video, which is following at the Carnegie Hall, and he has a lot of plans for more composing. Very interesting composer with a lot of insight into polyphonic writing. I'm sure you will find other of his works just equally interesting. So this was a clip from the recording session done in April, just a couple of months ago, at the Union County Performing Arts Center, Fazioli Room in Rahway, New Jersey, just outside Manhattan, New York. This was the Orchestra Manhattan, conducted by music director David Wroe. For those of you who just tune in right now. And I want to introduce the Cicerone Music and Arts Cima record company and record label, which is the publisher of those albums. This was the recording session done in preparation for the release of an album on the Cicerone Music and Arts record label. They are independent classical, jazz, and blues label, a boutique company in Italy and Norway, and this is a very special recording company. They've been in business for over 30 years. They believe in music is more than sound. It's identity, emotion, and dialogue with the world. People who run this company have a very philosophical vision for their work, which penetrates everything they do, how they approach to the artists, how they handle the recordings submitted for their review, for their editing and publications, and the incredible quality of the Cima record label is they are everything in-house. So they have their own editing lab and the staff and the engineers who take the raw recordings which we submit to them. They go through the editing process in close collaboration with the musicians and the production companies. They also master and polish the recording, prepare for the publication, and even more something which is more difficult to find around this world full of all the opportunities is they know how to work with the algorithms, because your recording can be of course published on a platform. You can sign up for publication and do it even yourself. However, for the recording to be presented in front of people for their enjoyment, for their attention, and for their judgment, they need to show up in people's feeds. We all know that. So this is a labyrinth of complicated, very technical and very sophisticated working with the algorithms of the platforms, and Cicerone Music and Arts specialists are incredibly attentive to all the changes and how this works and how it needs to be done, so that the album actually has a potential to be in front of the audience, in front of the public. They also create beautiful covers which are eye-catching and elegant, so we are really, really grateful for this wonderful collaborations, and we would like to recommend this label to all the musicians who are looking for an outlet to publish their recordings. So thank you very much, Cicerone Music and Arts, and Irma de Jong and Gianluca de Pera, for your wonderful support of our projects. So the Orchestra Manhattan, who you hear in those recorded clips of the session at the Rahway Performing Arts Center in Rahway, New Jersey, is a resident orchestra for the Sound Espressivo laureate gala concert seasons at the Violin Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall. And I would like to just briefly introduce everyone to the seasons and what they are, their mission, their vision, and how they run. we all know musicians' path to stage is long, complicated, and involves many interactions with teachers, with educational institutions, with practicing in their own practice room a lot, going to various events, of course listening to a lot of music, attending concerts, and then performing, and then the most ultimate goal is to perform for people. This is a complicated path as well. It's called career development. In order to be invited to perform, one needs to establish themselves as a competent musician, as a person who is rich in emotional content and able to deliver an experience for the audience, which people appreciate and live in the moment of the performance. Now, establishing that as a name, as a artist, is a whole other process for musicians, which involves gradually climbing the ladder of the more important and more coveted stages, and presenting their art in front of the more sophisticated and more critical audiences, and mixed audiences. So the Sound Espressivo laureate gala concerts, a 7-concert season at the Violin Recital Hall, Carnegie Hall, is opening the opportunities for people who are in those developing stages of their career. They are fantastic artists, and they've already earned certain recognition, but they do deserve a lot more. They believe in themselves, and we believe in them, and so this stage provides an outlet, an opportunity to present their artistry and their view of the classical music compositions on the stage, which is the world-renowned, and which is attended by some of the most sophisticated audience in the world, the New York audience. So the next performer on this recording session is Edison Barton. He's a violinist. He began his violin studies at the very young age of 8, and currently is studying with the violinist Katrina Savitsky in Houston. He was a member of many ensembles, orchestras, and chamber ensembles. He earned many honors. You can see his bio running on the bottom of the screen. I'm not going to repeat it. There's a lot of honors, a lot of competitions where Edison Barton was named a winner, honoree, and was noticed by seasoned professionals of those competitions and events. So he was part of the recording session, and you will, I'm sure you will enjoy his rendition of the Mozart Concerto. So you can hear that people are talking during the recording session. It's a very special atmosphere when the orchestra and the soloists are recording for an album. In some ways similar to the set where the movie is being filmed. It's both nerve-wracking, with a lot of adrenaline and preparation and performance, and at the same time very casual and very supportive, friendly, and very warm atmosphere. So the recording session was happening at the end of April, actually just a couple of days after the Orchestra Manhattan, which is the in-residence orchestra at the concert seasons at the Violin Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall with a Sound Espressivo laureate galas. The orchestra performed a full concert at the Carnegie Hall just a couple of days before this recording session. I'm really impressed with how the musicians of the orchestra and the music director, David Wroe, held up together. This was a marathon kind of workload for all of them. So we are very proud and very grateful to the musicians and to everyone involved with the librarian and administration of the orchestra. So here is a very quick preview of the concert, which happened just 2 days before that recording session. These were short episodes from the concert by the Orchestra Manhattan, directed by David Wroe at the Violin Recital Hall at Carnegie Hall. And yes, if you would like to be part of those concert seasons and step on this wonderful stage, being supported by the Orchestra Manhattan and David Wroe, and perform in front of the full house and receive the standing ovations and bravas like you saw in those videos, please get in touch with us, apply and audition, and grab your chance to be part of our community, part of our movement of supporting each other towards more connection with the audience, towards more opportunities to perform and share your musical art. And I also want to thank again very much the Union County Performing Arts Center in Rahway, New Jersey, and this wonderful venue where we felt so welcomed, so well received, and so supported for the Orchestra Manhattan recording session this past April. And many thanks to its administrative director, Karen Napier, and everyone else who were very welcoming, very accommodating, very helpful throughout the whole process. We definitely will be back, and we definitely would like to recommend the venue and people who run it to everyone who is looking for a great place for their performing and recording musical projects. Their stages are great, very well equipped, very well maintained. They have great pianos. Bösendorfer on this stage of the Hamilton stage, and the Fazioli in the Fazioli room, and that's the room where we were with Orchestra Manhattan and recording for the album release coming up in a few weeks with the Cicciarone Music and Arts. This is the Hamilton stage from the outside. We were there, and it's a beautiful place to be in, very inspiring, and the most important, run by wonderful people who understand the needs of the artists and who are there to support and give all they have to make you perform your best over there. So, and with that, I will say goodbye for now. A short presentation is coming up after I log off, which explains what Sound Espressivo is and what projects are we're looking forward to presenting to the audiences around the globe in the upcoming season 26-27. There's a lot of concerts, recordings, many events coming up. You see the short version of the schedule on the screen, and stay tuned. You will see more on the overview of the website. With this, I also want to mention that we stream on all major platforms, wherever you prefer to browse on your phone or on your computer. You will have our channels available to you there. We are on YouTube, on video, on Vimeo, on Alignable, on Twitch, on Twitter or X, on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and I'm breaking my tongue to say all those names. I think you know which platform you like. Be sure to find our channel, subscribe, and share our content if you like to hear and see more from music and musicians around the globe. I also want to thank very much all of our collaborators who stayed with us for many years and who joined us recently. It doesn't matter if you're a veteran or a newcomer. We have the mission here, which is to bring live music and live musical projects to a wider audience, to connect artists with each other, with the audience, with production companies, with publishers and critics, and to create more momentum to bring to everyone's attention what artists are doing, because there's this common opinion that the classical music is kind of dying out. I don't see that. I really see a lot of momentum happening. A lot of young people are stepping on stage, bringing new energy, and a lot of veterans sharing their expertise very generously. And those connections are creating new projects, surprising opportunities for everyone. Come join us. present your ideas and see if together we can make them into reality. And next, I want to thank from the bottom of my heart, our wonderful team of production team of the virtual concert halls. All my colleagues are professional musicians. They're performing, they're teaching, they're in this industry, in this world as professional artists. And at the same time, we all are on a mission to help each other and help others with the new virtual stages, with the opportunities that the social media and this interconnected world present to everyone, and to convince that all of us and you, we all have place in this industry, and we all can have our voices heard and our value appreciated. So many thanks to my wonderful team, and especially many thanks to my great director of today's program, Christian Palagi. He has magic fingers and hands behind the scenes, what you're seeing, all the beautiful videos. Thank you, Christian, for supporting my hosting and for being part of this program. And thank you all for joining. I'll see you next time. Bye now.